I'm proud. I'm feeling something today. It's Independence Day, an important day in the history of the world. Today we all got together, blew up the mother spaceship that was threatening the survival of our species, and Will Smith became the father of our country. Okay, are you gonna play on the network or just in your room? Nothing wrong with a little home action. How many people are we? Alright, tell me, my friend, what do the people call you? Nicely done, let's move on. So, my solitary companion. Okay, you know what you're doing. Have a nice alter ego.
Choose your alter ego.
Where high culture and pop culture collide.
Okay, quick. I want you to think of all those things you do when nobody else is around. Okay? Now, keep those things to yourself, pervert, because we're about to play the When Nobody's Looking episode. How you doing? All right, let's do it. All right, it's time to pick a value by using that buzzer of yours. For this one, I'll give you $17.50. The category is pea that has a light, fruity bouquet. Flex those fingers, here it comes. Suppose you secretly eat some white grapes while you're shopping at the grocery store. If the grapes ferment in your stomach, which of the following wines will you most likely pee? Chardonnay, Chianti, Cabernet Sauvignon, or Merlot? Chianti, Cabernet, and Merlot are all red wines, while Chardonnay is a white wine. Waiter, bring me a bottle of your finest wine.
Why, certainly, monsieur. There you are, monsieur. It is fresh, no?
Grab that value. The reward for this one is $17.50. Shake hands with Pucker Up, little man. Okay, now, you can be honest with me. Have you ever practiced kissing, like on your hand or with your pillow? Ew, you're gross. All right, enough of that. Which of these wholesome puppeteers most likely practiced kissing with his or her own hand? Buffalo Bob Smith, Sherry Lewis, Senor Wences, or Fran? Senor Wences was this brilliant ventriloquist who made up, and I mean literally made up, his hand into his little puppet friend Johnny. He really was a great ventriloquist. He could throw his voice even when his tongue was down Johnny's throat. Buzz in for the amount. The total amount for this one is $3,750. Well, look what I found. Say cheesy. Okay, have you ever been caught staring at somebody and they come back with the witty quip, "Take a picture, it'll last longer"? You with me? Who obviously listened when a bunch of Weimaraner dogs told him to rake a richer, it'll last longer. Ruff. Richard Avedon, William Wegman, Robert Mapplethorpe, or Ansel Adams. Believe it or not, William Wegman has made a career out of photographing Weimaraners. Oh, and get this. They're all nude, baby. Yeah. Choose an amount. Looks like we got a hefty prize for this one. $13,750. Okay, Flesh Nut Slit Slime Snore.
It's time for
Licorice test run.
Hey, remember, try and solve it quick so you can win more cash. The opening value for this question is going to be $13,750. Okay, see if you can tell me what common saying this sentence rhymes with. Make me proud. Type in your answer and hit return. Okay, sure, shooting first may make asking questions later a little more difficult. Unless the question is, would all the dead people please not say anything? Go ahead and choose a value. Let's have a look at this question's value. $3,000. Allow me to introduce Merv Damage. Last one in is a rotten egg. Say you're cleaning out your ears and you get a big gob of wax shaped like Merv Griffin. Interesting. If you send it to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, where might your Merv end up on display? Mexico, England, Russia, or France? When visiting London, be sure to stop by Madame Tussauds' famous wax museum. London is the ideal location for a wax museum, you know. All that rain and fog really stimulate the secretions. Of course, if you really want a treat, visit her Booger Museum, located on her bathroom wall. Value time. The value for this one is $5,000. For your enjoyment, actually, I was raised in a barn. All right, tuck it in. We're moving. Say you leave the refrigerator door open to air condition the whole neighborhood. If your fridge is set at the maximum FDA recommended temperature, how cool will the neighborhood be? About 20 degrees Fahrenheit, about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. What are you trying to do? Air condition the whole neighborhood?
Yeah?
The FDA recommends keeping your refrigerator at 41 degrees or lower. And if your father asks again, tell him that yes, in fact, he does look like he owns the electric company. Take a value. I bet you're going to become very intimate with that value. I'm handing you a dis or dat. This dis or dat category name is the Horny Gourmet. Now, I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, you need to tell me if... Hey, you know what to do? No problem. Here's your 30 seconds. And we're off. Ginger Lynn. Juniper Berry. Star Anise. Kaya Patiently. Rosemary Leaf. Vanilla Bean. Last one. Kamisha. That's all of them. Well, damn, I got nothing to criticize here. Thanks a lot. Here you go. Now that must feel good. Time to choose a value. Let's see the amount on this one. $47.50. This category is getting spanked with foam rubber. You know, I can tell just by looking at you that you've been told to stop eating with your fingers at some point, haven't you? Which Muppets character would most likely scold its offspring for eating with its talons? Sam the Eagle, Bobo the Bear, Kermit the Frog, or Rizzo the Rat? An eagle's claws are called talons, so Sam the Eagle would most likely tell his offspring not to eat with their talons. Although I imagine it's hard to eat anything when some guy's got his hand shoved up your digestive tract. Buzz in for the value. The value of this question comes to $27.50. Up next, Mr. President, examine your zipper. Brace yourself, this might sting a little. If someone whispered to John Adams' XYZ affair PDQ, what embarrassing situation were they attempting to rectify? A Cuban exile stuck in his open zipper, a French agent stuck in his open zipper, a German spy stuck in his open zipper, or an Iranian terrorist stuck in his... The XYZ affair was an incident that took place under, or should I say, in front of, President Adams that almost brought the U.S. and France to war. Fortunately, war was averted when the agent proclaimed, "I see London. I see France. I see President Adams' underpants." Grab a value. Let's see how much you can win this time. $1,500. Well, what do we have here? Friends, Romans, robots, lend me your ears. All right, it is time for another installment of Robot Theater. Today, a robot actor will be performing a speech by Richard Milhouse Nixon. Let's listen.
I did not misuse campaign funds. I am innocent. My wife, after all, does not wear a mink coat. She wears a respectable Republican cloth coat. You can force me to give back everything except for this Cocker Spaniel named Checkers.
Bark, bark, bark.
The kids, like all kids, love that dog.
Bark, bark. Pant, pant, pant.
Now, tell me, what is the nickname of this famous speech? The Sugar Coat speech, the Pinocchio speech, the Watergate speech, or the Checkers speech? The inspirational Checkers speech. Yes, it was almost as thrilling as his backgammon speech, in which he begged Americans not to take away his field goal kicking mule, Ernie. Time to pick a value. Okay, here you go. $17.50. I think it's about time to take care of those pesky insects. It's time to bug out. Remember, buzz in to squash the bugs that don't belong in each set. And you'll be heading toward a final round value of $17.50. All right, let's go to... Hey, stop looking at me. Famous criminals. When you see one that's not, buzz in.
Johnny Bravo.
Phrases about being naked.
Naked. Get close. Unclad. Okay. Oh, natural.
Actual adult magazines to which I may or may not subscribe.
That's out. There we go. Have fancy.
Drinking alone again, I see. Well, then, American beers.
Budweiser. Samuel Adams. Rolling Rock. Lone Star.
Buzz in when you hear a sound that's not a fart noise. Actors who played men who played women.
Jack Lemmon. Patrick Swayze. Coon Coon. Coon Cricket. Jack Lemmon. Marlon Brando.
Famous magicians.
David Copperfield. David Blaine. Siegfried and Roy. Harry Houdini. Magnificent Turbo. Woo!
Hey, nice job. Pick any amount. Okay, well, this question is worth exactly $47.50. This one's called The Oxycutioner's Song. Okay, let's rock. If oxycution is only legal in states that enforce the death penalty, where would you see clean complexions on death row inmates? Vermont, Hawaii, California, or Wisconsin? You are on fire.
Any last requests?
Nah, I'm prepared to face my punishment.
All right then. Warden, bring out the benzoyl peroxide.
Pick a value. Okay, this one's worth $2,500. I believe this one is called Thank the Lord for the Window Shade. Put it in gear, 'cause here we go. What song does Neil Diamond most likely sing while dancing around in his underwear when he wants no one to hear it all, not even the chair? Shiloh, I Am, I Said, Love on the Rocks, or Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. I am, I said, to no one there. and no one hurt at all. Not even the chair. That damn plastic furniture covering, that's what it is. That stuff could soundproof Carnegie Hall. How about a value? The total for this question is 2,250 smackers. Here's a little something I call, and on this farm, he had no manners. Forward march. What might old MacDonald's wife say if she caught him drinking straight out of the cow?
Put down that mastiff. Get your mouth off that brown Swiss. That bourbon isn't just for you, or you'd better finish all of that Reese's.
The only cow we have listed here is the brown Swiss, of course. Yep, leave it to old MacDonald. He always puts the empty brown Swiss back into the fridge instead of just throwing it away. Get a value. You might want to put on your breathing apparatus for this one. We're going down. You're almost through, but first, the attack. You should already know how this works. All you need is to get a clue. Hey everybody, let's get naked. I am... Your fingers must have an IQ of like 1,000,000. Let's see how you jacked up your score. There it is. Hey, way to go. Who knew that playing with yourself could be so rewarding? You see, this is how those dirty, bad, filthy habits start. Now, lean back, close your eyes, and say, "You don't know Jack!"
Welcome to VH1's Behind the Song. This week, Leonard Skinner.
Sure, the free burger we all know now is like 15 minutes.